and posted his hands into Darnell Wright's chest. Darnell Wright cleaned his chest from the hands, chopped on the hands. The guy fell forward, and they called him for holding. An absolute brutal call. That set him back a little further. They gained some yardage, and Cairo Santos can't make a 50-yarder. It's absolutely brutal. Just brutal. And then that started the spiral. That started the little thing down the drain. And they got caught in that whirlpool. They went down the drain, and they lost a game that they had in control. They had in control. The fourth quarter was brutal.
They gave
absolutely brutal.
3 Viking touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
To a team that they dominated all day.
Absolutely.
They dominated them all day.
Absolutely. They had J.J. McCarthy, couldn't get the play calls out. The crowd was into it. The defense was playing strong. And, boy, they just forgot to show up when the curtain went up in the fourth quarter.
They got run on. All of a sudden, they stopped the run all day. And then in the fourth quarter, they hand the ball to Jordan Mason, and he looked like an all-star. He looked like Red Grange back there, the galloping ghost. I mean, it was unbelievable. And they just kept – it was nonstop. It was over and over and over. 6 plays, 60 yards. 3 plays, 50 yards. 9 plays, 68 yards. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 3 possessions in a row. Brutal. I mean, they look like an offensive juggernaut. And they are not an offensive juggernaut. And they weren't all game.
A game in which the Bears were missing 3 defensive starters. Jalen Johnson was out. They actually played okay outside of an opening defensive pass interference play called early on Nahshon Wright. Wright then, was able to come back with the pick 6. But, boy, they found some holes. They did some things differently, and they went to work, and they attacked the Bears' secondary.
Yeah, they made some halftime adjustments, it looks like, which finally came to fruition in the fourth quarter. And then the fourth quarter was brutal. I mean, I don't know. It's the same old crap again. Different coach, different this. Doesn't make a difference. Come fourth quarter, when you're a good team, you win at home. When you're a good team and you're up 11 at home, you finish the team off. This team doesn't know how to finish anybody off.
There was a marked difference from the first 15 when the Bears were in a nice rhythm, opening drive touchdown, which we had not seen all of last year. Caleb Williams with a rushing touchdown, his first of his NFL career. But, boy, once they actually got into regular game play calling, it was a little bit all over the place in terms of Caleb Williams' performance. I started seeing some happy feet, started seeing him holding onto the ball a little bit too much. They gave up a couple of sacks. We'll talk about this a little bit more in a moment here. Let's go back to the Hyundai booth where Jeff and Tom are standing by with the Bears head coach.
All right, thank you, Peggy. Back here at Soldier Field, 27-24 Vikings. Hey, fourth quarter, right, Ben? It's the story of football and how you navigate that. Break it down for us from your perspective tonight.
Yeah, we just we didn't play very well there in the second half. We thought we had control there with a 17-6 lead and let it get away from us. So I mean, it's not good.
No. Some of the things that you were doing successfully, we thought early in the game, really through 3 quarters, some really good work by Caleb Williams in the pocket against a pretty good rush at times, stepping up, checking down, making plays. Do you agree?
Yeah, he was finding completions. That was the name of the game going into it.
Hey, Coach, did Brian Flores do anything to surprise you with your experiences that you've had playing against them?
No, I mean, they were down a guy on defense, and so they came out with some different personnel groups and threw us a curveball that way, but that's to be expected. Without
watching the tape, are there things that you can immediately go into practice with this weekend that are correctable, whether it's penalty or timing issues?
Yeah, I'm really disappointed about the penalties. It looked like we were very poorly coached, so we got to get that cleaned up.
And your thoughts on the special teams? You get a block punt and some good kickoff returns. Any reflection of that?
Yeah, it was up and down. Just we know week 1 in the National Football League, it comes down to who makes the least number of mistakes, and we made too many of them tonight.
Were there some things that you were encouraged by tonight?
The guys, they had great effort and energy throughout the game, and so even though things got bleak there at the end, I thought they were still in it. They were still fighting, which I mean that's always a good starting point. But a number of guys showed up in a positive way. Shawnee's pick 6 was huge.
Yeah.
And then I thought Swifty did run hard when the ball was in his hands. So, but yeah, we had a number of guys that did step up.
Yeah, it's hard on the loss to focus on, individual, whatever. But, Wright's a great story, right? He hasn't had many NFL snaps, mostly on special teams, but that was a great play by him on that throw. And the guy that, didn't know if he was going to be able to compete for a starting job or not with Jalen Johnson, but Jalen Johnson was on the injured list, took advantage of his opportunities, didn't he?
Yeah, and I'm sure it meant something a little bit more because he was with Minnesota a year ago, so that was good to see.
What'd you tell the guys in the locker room?
That it's a short week coming up, and no one's going to feel sorry for us, and so we're really going to be turning the page quickly here on this one. We got to clean up the mistakes real quick, and then we'll be on to Detroit.
All right. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeff.
Ben Johnson, Bears head coach, 27-24 Vikings to win. Peggy and Yurko. Here you go.
All right, JJ, thank you very much. Talking to the guys from the Hyundai broadcast booth. Ben Johnson, obviously not happy there. When we come back, we will hear from the Bears starting quarterback and Jason McKee as well. You're listening to the Great Clips postgame show on the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
With 3 locations to serve Chicagoland, Advantage Chevrolet gives you so much more. Visit and see the amazing inventory and savings at Advantage Chevrolet Hodgkins. And Advantage Chevrolet values your time. They'll have you in your new Chevy in less than 60 minutes, or they'll make your first car payment. That's right. Drive off in your new Chevy in less than 60 minutes, or they will make your first car payment. Visit AdvantageChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Must mention offer upon arrival before negotiation. Restrictions apply. Ask dealer for details.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Want to live life at max volume? Then look no further than Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. With over 1,700 slots, 80 table games, live entertainment, and 5 restaurants which span a wide range of culinary genres, we are sure to have something for everyone. Whether you want to indulge in a savory dish at Council Oaks Steaks and Seafood, or take in dinner and live music at the world-renowned Hard Rock Cafe. Amplify your entertainment experience at Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. Just off Exit 6, I-8094. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
You and your friend who is freshly lifted off some prime kush are finishing a pregame bev when they suggest karaoke at the dive across town. What's the move? Drive? It's no big deal. Or take a ride share? Ride share it is.
Your ride is here.
Level passed. Now your only worry later is pizza or tacos, not a DUI. Drive sober or get pulled over. Can you make the right call? Head to itsnotaGameIllinois.com to play our retro arcade.
It's another exciting game day for Bears fans, and on game days, it's all about more. More action, more noise, and more savings. That's right, Bears fans save up to 25 cents per gallon on game days with the Fuel Rewards program from Shell. That means you can keep your tailgates going all season long. So don't drop the ball on saving more at the pump. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program, and take your savings all the way to the end zone. Terms and conditions apply. Visit www.fuelrewards.com/bears for full offer details.
Hey Bears fans, it's Sylvie. Steinhoffel's a proud partner of the Chicago Bears. Just opened their newest furniture and mattress superstore in Maryville Plaza in Maryville, Indiana. That makes 7 Chicagoland locations with the best selection, unbeatable value, and styles for every space and budget. Plus, they're 100% employee owned. That's a local pride you can feel good about. Shop in-store or online anytime at steinhoffels.com.
At UI Health, compassion isn't just care, it's commitment. UI Health's team of experts listens to your story, understands your experience, and embraces your voice. That's because UI Health is with you every step of the way. Whether it's your stroke emergency, your cancer journey, or your transplant victory, UI Health's care heals and saves. UI Health, expert care for your journey. Learn more at uihealth.care.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Fazio Insurance in Joliet if Auto Owners make sense for you.
How about this? We're your home for the new Bears.
I like it. This is the home of your new Chicago Bears. ESPN Chicago.
Here comes the boom, boom,
Welcome to the Great Clips post-game show on the Bears Radio Network. Brought to you by Great Clips. It's gonna be great. By Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana, Miller Lite, Dr. Pepper, and the Advantage Dealer Group. And now, the Great Clips postgame show on the Bears Radio Network. Here are your hosts, Peggy Kaczynski and John Yurkovich.
Bears fans were ready for the bright lights of Monday night, wreaking havoc on visiting quarterback J.J. McCarthy from LaGrange Park. They made it so tough on him in the first half that the Bears defense forced 3 and outs on 4 of the first 5 Viking possessions. But in the second half, the crowd was loud when they booed the Bears off the field as the clock ran out on an opening season loss after giving up 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. This one's going to hurt. This one stings for sure for the Bears.
Well, because you had it. You're up 11 at home. We haven't even talked about the end of the half where they drove the ball down the field and got a field goal and made it a 10-6 game. They got the ball late, very little time on the clock, and they just took it right downfield and kicked the field goal. I mean, that's the problem. You just can't give up points like that. And as much as the Bears dominated that first half, it was 10-6.
Exactly. They needed to get in the end zone more than they did. And when you have a coach that's going to go for it more on fourth down instead of putting the 3 on the board, that comes back to hurt you a little bit.
So they passed on the field goal earlier in the game because this missed fourth down. I would offer this. Your team earns the right to go for it on fourth down when they do everything else well. This team isn't good enough yet to just willy-nilly go for it on fourth down because I'm the coach that likes to go for it on fourth down. This team hasn't earned the right. This offense hasn't earned the right to go for it on fourth down. Quite frankly, they don't do the small things well enough. They don't do the simple things well enough for you to arrogantly go to the line of scrimmage and say, look at us, we're fourth down people. The math is on our side. Nobody cares. You're not good enough. A little bit of arrogance to think they're good enough to go ahead and just go for it on fourth down all the time.
Leading in the time of possession, which was really crazy, 18 and a half minutes in the first half, the Bears had the ball, but not enough points to show for it. They allowed the Vikings to stick around. They allowed them to stick around. They had the ball before the half. They had the ball to start the second half. It almost cost them, if not for Nahshon Wright's pick 6.
Through 57 minutes in this game, your offense only really mustered up 10 points for you. And when you're only going to muster up 10 points in 57 minutes, what really are you doing for yourselves? Thank heavens the defense stepped up and gave you 7 points on the interception return for a touchdown. Okay, that happened. Your defense helped you out and got you in a position where you're in front. You were comfortably in front. And then the defense decided to quit playing football for some reason or another in the fourth quarter. Did somebody tell the fellas that it was a 3-quarter game, that the fourth quarter, if you're up by double digits going into the final quarter, the game's over? Is there a mercy rule of some sort that I'm not familiar with?
They forgot to return after intermission.
Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. You went in at halftime with a lead. You stretched the lead out with a defensive touchdown. You're at home in front of your own fans. This should be a fait accompli. This should be a done deal. Instead, it wasn't a done deal. Instead, your defense decided to kind of ease up a little bit. And when they eased up a little bit, and I don't think they eased up a little bit, I just think the intensity went up on the other side because they were in a desperation mode. And the Minnesota Vikings in desperation mode outplayed the Chicago Bears in cruise control mode. And that's a terrible mode to find yourself in. You're not that good, and you're not good. You're not good enough yet. You might become better and better and better and get this group playing all together. That might happen. But in the first game of the year, you're not good enough to take advantage or to take anything. What's the word I'm looking for? You're not looking to take anything. Not going to help me out, Peg. It's all right. You don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
Can't take anything for granted.
There you go.
You can't take anything for granted at all. And for one reason or another, this team takes certain things for granted sometimes, and it drives me crazy.
The defense came out with such energy in the first half. I loved the way they were playing. They were aggressive. They were sacking J.J. McCarthy. They were confusing him. Dennis Allen was confusing Peyton Manning on the Manning cast. So, yeah, they looked really good in the first half, but then in the second half, one team made the adjustments, the other team did not. And when at halftime, Ben Johnson said, we need to get the run game going, he didn't mean we need to stopping the run, because they allowed 85 yards rushing in the second half after allowing just 35 yards rushing to the Vikings in the first half. Minnesota finishes with 120 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's disheartening. It is absolutely disheartening. And I know we're going to the phone calls in the next segment when we come back, but you can't be happy about what was going on today. There's no joy in Mudville today. Dio, maybe the one positive was Dio, who looked absolutely clueless during the preseason. He came out and put pressure on the quarterback a number of different times. Went through, broke through, looked like he was going to get a sack, completely whiffed on the quarterback. But that pressure was there between all the guys, and they were getting after J.J. McCarthy early. And I thought he was rattled. I didn't think J.J. McCarthy was going to be able to recover. I was like, geez, boy, that first game for the freshman is not going to be good. And after he threw the interception for the touchdown, something clicked in his brain, and there he was. He looked like the second coming of Joe Montana.
Really the difference of 2 quarterbacks in the second half. One came out and everything, like you said, clicked, and the other one came out and nothing was working for either of them. J.J. McCarthy finishes this game with a 98.5 rating despite getting sacked 3 times, throwing the 1 interception that was returned for a touchdown. He finishes 13 of 20 for 143 yards. Caleb Williams, meanwhile, who had a stellar first half, especially with the first 15, finished 21 of 35, 210 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and was sacked twice for an 86.6 rating. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will hope to hear from the Bears quarterback. We'll also open up the phone lines at 312-332-3776. You are listening to the Great Clips postgame show on the Chicago Bears Radio Network.
This is the home of the Bears, ESPN Chicago, WMVP, WTBC HD2, Chicago.
Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, Electric wants you to avoid breakdowns this winter. Did you know your dirty furnace costs more to operate? It increases your utility bill and leads to more breakdowns? Now's the time. Schedule your Four Seasons tune-up today for only $89.95. The furnace tune-up includes a 30-point inspection, complete cleaning, and is backed by the industry-leading 1-year, no breakdown guarantee. Peace of mind, lower utility bills, just a Four Seasons tune-up away.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Hey guys, it's Mitch Lyons with Mitch Lyons Wealth. You hear Yurko, the good kid, talk about me all